We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Jay Williams, and Jay, these guys are ready to battle.
Ed, when you look down on the court, you see their eyes, that burning passion to play this game. Intensity is going to be off the charts. This is why you play the game. Let's go check it out.
There's the tension, the feeling before the tip. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly to Gasol. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Gets to the basket and scores.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Caldwell Pope. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Montrezl Harrell has got 2 shots coming. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Walker stuffs it down with authority.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Beverly into the front court. They trail by 1. Here comes the screen. Beverly to Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. George. His first effort off the mark. Oh, emphatic slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. The lead is up to 6. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Looks like some substitutions are... Beverly to George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Beverly into the front court. They trail by 2. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Missed the foul shot. To Cantor. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Beverly to Paul George. Gilgeous-Alexander to Beverly. Fires the three. Not that time. He misses. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. It's the Clippers with the possession now. George. And throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Beverly into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. Finish that. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen to George. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Leaving no doubt, slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
George, it's good. Defense has to pick things up.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
First half comes to an end. The Celtics have the lead.
The Clippers are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. They certainly staked the flag in the paint. They were dominant around the rim on the offensive end. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
That was an excellent first half of basketball. And I say that because of the way these teams move the ball. The offenses have been flowing, and the action has been mesmerizing. We've got ourselves a nice game here today.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Cole.
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Look up, go, look up, look up. You're locked up, boy. Double.
Tatum cleans the offensive glass. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And if you have the ball in your hands on offense and you're that open and you see the defense sprinting at you, directly at you, not taking an angle to try to block your shot to not hit you, brace yourself for contact, focus on making the basket, and one every time.
Enes Kanter trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. To Beverly. Wide open look, won't go. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Strong finisher, Paul George. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ballgame.
Paul George, 4-2, and Boston has the rebound. Turns and slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down 11. Paul George. With that, he's 5 for 9.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open, takes advantage.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Paul George, a couple of free throws on the way. He's struggled so far. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, man.
Celtics have it. Stuffs it down with authority.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a 3-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play, and the margin down to 8. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Paul George fires. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
It's LA Clippers ball to Paul George. It's Boston with the rebound. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Beverly driving right to the basket. Short jumper stays out. And he finishes at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Beverly. That no good. Off the mark. Desperation shot here from half court. 3 quarters complete. The Celtics way out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Count it.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Paul George to Kyle Anderson. Nothing going here on that drive. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious, but don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Scalabrine sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Cashes in for 2.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a 3-point play. You're always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Gilgeous-Alexander with a drop step. From the painted area, won't go down. Blocked away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Nothing going here on that drive. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. Short jumper won't go down.
Trap this. Come on, we got it. Pick it up.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
You flashing, bump.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Beverly. Labissiere with a shot, no good. Boston with the basketball.
Trap.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Here's lesson number one. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Anderson. Jason Tatum with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Rises for the slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And so, ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics won this matchup with a significant margin. What really stood out for me is how many times they scored on second effort plays. It takes heart to keep up that kind of execution, and these guys were relentless. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Clippers lost this game.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup.